The Grimoire's Legacy, Unraveling the Ancestral Curse. Aurora's hands trembled as she carefully opened the ancient grimoire, its leather cover worn smooth by generations of witches before her. The musty scent of old parchment and dried herbs filled the air of her dimly lit attic sanctuary. This was the moment she had been preparing for her entire life, the day she would finally take on her family's magical legacy. For centuries, the women of Aurora's lineage had been powerful witches, guardians of ancestral magic that flowed through their bloodline. But with that power came a terrible curse. Each witch, upon reaching her 30th birthday, would begin to lose her connection to magic, her powers fading until she became a mere shadow of her former self. Tomorrow was Aurora's 30th birthday, and she was determined to break the curse once and for all. As she turned the brittle pages of the grimoire, searching for clues, Aurora's mind drifted to the lessons her grandmother had imparted before succumbing to the curse. "The key lies within," she had whispered, her once vibrant eyes dulled by the loss of her magic. "Seek the truth in the spaces between the words." Frustrated after hours of fruitless searching, Aurora was about to close the book when a shimmer caught her eye. Holding the page up to the candlelight, she gasped. Hidden text appeared between the lines, visible only when the parchment was heated. Excitement coursing through her veins, Aurora quickly began transcribing the hidden message. It spoke of a ritual ancient and complex that could potentially break the curse. But it required ingredients so rare and dangerous that she understood why her ancestors had hidden this knowledge. The ritual called for the essence of a shooting star, captured at the exact moment it streaked across the sky. It demanded a vial of mer-folk tears, freely given. The final ingredient was the most perilous, a single feather from the wing of a phoenix, plucked while the magical bird was engulfed in flames. Aurora's heart sank. How could she possibly gather these ingredients before the curse took hold? But as the candle flickered, casting dancing shadows across the room, she steeled her resolve. She had to try, not just for herself, but for all the witches in her line who would come after her. Over the next months, Aurora embarked on a perilous quest. She scaled treacherous mountain peaks to capture the ethereal light of a falling star in a crystal vial. She dove into the depths of the ocean, befriending a colony of mer-folk and earning their trust until they wept tears of joy at her kindness. But the phoenix feather eluded her. As her 31st birthday approached, Aurora could feel her magic beginning to wane. Spells that once came easily now required immense effort. Her connection to the natural world, once so vibrant, was fading like an old photograph. In desperation, Aurora traveled to a remote volcanic island, rumored to be the nesting ground of the last phoenix on Earth. For weeks, she waited, hoping to catch a glimpse of the legendary bird. On the eve of her birthday, as Aurora was about to give up hope, the sky erupted in a brilliant display of flames. The phoenix appeared, its majestic form silhouetted against the setting sun. Without hesitation, Aurora leapt into action, using the last reserves of her magic to approach the burning bird. The heat was intense, threatening to overwhelm her, but Aurora pressed on. With trembling fingers, she reached out and, in a moment that seemed to stretch for eternity, plucked a single feather from the phoenix's wing. Clutching her prize, Aurora raced back to her sanctuary. The clock was ticking. She could feel her magic slipping away with each passing second. With shaking hands, she combined the star essence, mer-folk tears, and phoenix feather in a silver bowl. As the final grains of sand fell in the hourglass marking her 31st year, Aurora began the ritual. She chanted the words inscribed in the grimoire, her voice growing stronger with each syllable. The ingredients in the bowl began to swirl, creating a vortex of magical energy that filled the room. Suddenly, Aurora was engulfed in a blinding light. She felt as if every cell in her body was being torn apart and reassembled. The magic of her ancestors surged through her veins, more potent than ever before. When the light faded, Aurora found herself changed. The curse was broken, not just for her, but for all the witches of her line, past and future. She could feel the joy of her ancestors and the gratitude of those yet to come. In the days that followed, Aurora dedicated herself to recording her journey in the family grimoire. She added her own hidden messages, guiding future generations to the truth of their power. The curse that had plagued her family for centuries was now a distant memory, replaced by a legacy of unbound magical potential. As she closed the grimoire, sealing it with a spell of protection, Aurora smiled. She had not only reclaimed her own destiny but had also paved the way for a new era of witches in her family, strong, unburdened, and free to explore the full extent of their magical heritage. The end.